How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Z Garage. And I don't know if you can tell, but I've made tons of progress since the last episode. So we've got tons and tons of more stuff on the car installed. I don't think you can see it, but I've got like side markers. I've got the wing actually bolted down. A lot of the interior is all back together. I'm waiting on a few pieces. We're gonna go ahead. I bought some window tint, so I'm gonna go ahead and tint these windows, get these back on, and that's gonna button up the interior. It's gonna be done after that because I just needed to get these bolts still. It's looking really, really good. I was kind of going through things last night and I started pulling out stuff from, you guys can't really see them, on the floor over here. I got tons of stuff, and this is all like AC lines. I got the windshield washer reservoir, which I kind of need to figure out, plumb that back in. But really, there's not much left to do. It's looking really, really good. I'm super excited. So today we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the door seals. So we'll go ahead and look at the footage for that. I just did it. It's actually not too hard. So if you guys are looking into it, it shouldn't be too difficult, but I'll go ahead and play that footage for you guys so you can see the process of replacing those. Yeah, guys, it's looking really, really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that for you, and then we'll jump to the quarter windows. We'll get the rest of the interior put back together, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump under the car, see if I can get the AC compressor bolted in because I don't have it in there right now, and then get some of these AC lines back in as well. And that should be it, guys. We are getting really, really close to having a completed car with just like a tiny little bit of cosmetics. Obviously, the bumper still needs to be done. That's gonna be go ahead and probably a little bit this weekend in terms of prep work, and then painting next weekend. I gotta go ahead and do something with these wheels. They got a little bit of overspray on them, so we'll go ahead and clean them up and prime them, might paint them. These door handles have a little bit of overspray on them. I need to go ahead and do the side mirror glass. If you guys can, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. There's no glass on the side mirrors right now. Pulled that off when I went in and painted them. Yeah. It's looking really good, guys. So I'm super excited. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it and hopefully make some really good progress this weekend. All right, guys, so I've been working on these corner door seals right here for where the mirrors go, and I wanna go ahead and show my progress. So I just did this side, and the process was that I was gonna go ahead and use these Z-Spec, I think, designs, corner seals, plus new OEM, this like strip right here is an OEM piece you can still get. I'll show you the part number in a minute. I have it over there for that side. But as I was putting these Z-Spec ones on, this is just significantly thicker than the original seal, and it doesn't quite fit perfectly. So my seals, these big triangles were still in good condition. I mean, they're a little hard, they're a little crusty, but they're not like broken, falling apart. So I went ahead and just reused mine. And the main reason for that is, and I don't know how well I can show this, but the top of this seal here has to go over like this triangle seal, and the other one, it was just one too thick, and two, it didn't quite fit, and so kind of bulged forward. So that made it an issue to actually seal. So I went ahead and reused my original. So this is an OEM strip here. This is the OEM piece that came with my car. You can see the original strip on the ground there kind of fell into a couple pieces. But that is how I did this. I didn't go ahead and use the Z-Spec because they just don't quite fit quite right. If you didn't have any seals, I'm sure this would be better than nothing, but I want to go ahead and have a little bit better fitment, so I'm using mine. So let me go ahead and show you on the other side kind of the process of how to get these pieces apart. It's really simple. If you're undoing these guys, there are little push like rivet tabs in the center, one on the inside here along the center of this strip, and then two on the outside. See if I can get over here. One of them is in the front right here, and then the other one I think is up here. So there's two on the outside, one on the inside, and then this other strip, let me go ahead and show you it. All right, so here's the OEM piece that we got ahead, and we can still buy this. This is the part number for it. I think they're a little bit more expensive now because I bought this about 1.5 years ago. So I think I got a little bit better deal on these. I think they're a couple $100s now, but basically it runs down the inside of the door here. And I don't know if you guys can see it in there or not. It runs all the way down. And the easiest way to do this, to get this off, is to kind of just peel like, okay, let me see if I can get in here for you guys. We're gonna use this hole in the door right here to go from underneath, and I'll see if I can do this with one hand. But let's see, you're gonna grab the interior bottom of it and kind of pull it towards you outwards. Let's see if I can get this with one hand here. All right, one hand isn't working all too well, but basically you can reach the bottom portion, this kind of square section from the bottom, and as you can see, there's like a little hook that kind of wraps around it. So you can kind of grab it and pull it up and out. And then this whole piece slides up and out around. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and remove this real quick. It is just a little stuck in there. So you can see mine's already, you know, cracked right there because I'm, you know, pulling it a little bit, but this is just an old seal. So we're gonna go ahead and replace this with the nice OEM piece. So let me go ahead and get this out and then I'll show you how to put it back in. All right, guys, so you can see I got the original piece out right here. The top of it did crack. So I don't know if you can kind of see the top of it's kind of missing and a little bit shattered right there. So that broke. Basically, it's just, you know, a cap to this area right here. So it goes up and over. So once you pull the bottom off, if you are just replacing this piece, you can actually kind of just pull this front part back and it'll break it kind of like mine did. Otherwise, it just really grabs along each of these. So you can see this section right here is a lip that goes around all of this metal and even the other gasket. So that kind of, you know, it wraps around to hold it on really well. So once this is off here, if you're just replacing that part, it's really easy to get it back on. Otherwise, you can go ahead and take this other piece off. If you're taking this other piece off, there is a seal for the door that goes underneath it. So remember when you're putting this back on, put the seal underneath. I forgot about that on the other side, had to redo it, but that's okay. It's not too hard to get it under there. So now this is good. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit just because there's a lot of dirt and dust here. And then we'll go ahead and reinstall this piece. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty much, you can slide it in from the top here. You can slide it in from right here, push it forward, or you can even go through that hole right there. Doesn't really matter. But basically, we're gonna go ahead and probably get the top over first and then kind of pull the bottom around to get that little hooked on there, and then pretty much just use a flat blade or a pick to go ahead and get all the rest of the seal overlapping properly. So it is kind of like stretched on there, so there's a little bit of tension, which is nice, but it is kind of, you know, a little tricky to get it on there, but you know, it works pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit and then we'll put the new piece on, and that should be it for our door seals. All right, guys, so it is pretty simple. I got this on here. It was, you know, took like a minute and a half. So basically, like I said, put the top on, you know, then kind of stretch it down a little bit. And basically, you just kind of need to go ahead and fold over this outer seal and push it forward all the way so it fits. And this OEM seal fits really, really well. So you shouldn't have any issues replacing these. Obviously, you need to take your door cards out in order to get to the inside, but that is, you know, not too hard. So this is a really good replacement. This is going to go ahead and help the window slide up and down a lot easier and seal right here at this corner a little bit better because, you know, these pieces that are all cracked and dried, the window was just going right through them basically. So it was going ahead and giving it a little bit of an issue trying to seal right there. So this is looking really, really good, guys. I'm excited for this. I'm gonna go ahead and work on some other stuff. Even though I have my T-tops on right now, the little things that, you know, go into the roof that they kind of latch into, those aren't in there because I've been 3D printing seals for them because they're sealed against the body. So those should be done here in a minute. So go ahead and get those on. We're gonna go ahead and do door strikers and then the door switch. I do have new boots for those coming. You can buy those from Nissan as well. I'll either throw up the part number here or try to show the part number in a later video when I get those in. But those should be pretty straightforward. This is looking really, really good. You can see I still don't have the interior in quite yet because I couldn't decide if I wanted to go ahead and tint these windows yet because I'm gonna have to go ahead and pull this part when I go ahead and tint the windows. So it's a 50-50. I might go ahead and try to pick up just some regular tint here in town. But I kind of wanted to use, you know, some nice ceramic tint to go ahead and really reduce any temperature coming through these windows. Obviously these windows aren't crazy because, you know, they're angled kind of straight upwards. But, you know, any little bit helps. So I'm gonna go ahead and figure that out and we'll see what happens next. All right, guys, so I have been working on these rear quarter windows, tinting them, and they are coming out really, really well. You can see this one on the car, and it looks so good. The black on black with the black tint and the black border, it looks so, so good. If I get up here kind of a little bit closer, you can see it's not a crazy dark tint. It's 20%, so nothing crazy coming on the interior here. You know, that's like normal window, closed, so it looks pretty good. In my opinion, I think this is a really good color choice for something that's not too crazy, but it looks really good. This is the tint that I'm using in case you guys are curious. I'm not going to recommend this per se because this is just what I could get on a short notice, but this is a Black Magic. It's the nano ceramic window tint. So basically, you know, it says here it blocks 85% of infrared light, which is kind of where a lot of the heat comes from. And I live in New Mexico, which is a desert, and it is quite warm here. So if I can go ahead and cut down on the amount of you know, heat coming through the windows, that works out really, really well for me. So this stuff is looking really, really good. I'm pretty happy with it. This is the best tint job that I've ever done so far. This will be, you know, technically quote unquote number 3. I did my Miata, that one went really, really poorly. And then I did my Mini Cooper, and that one actually went pretty well, but there's still like a lot of little air pockets everywhere. And then this one is going much, much better. So, you know, I'm getting the hang of it, but it is still pretty difficult. This one here and that one there are actually pretty good. The only issue that I found really so far is this one has, right there, you can kind of see a little speck of dirt got underneath the tint, between the tint and the glass, which is really unfortunate. But you know, I'm not going to go ahead and try to fix that. I did clean the windows before I put it on, but apparently not enough. So all that to say, this is looking really, really good. I'm going to give these guys a little bit of time to kind of cure up before I go ahead and fully reassemble the interior on them, just because I know the pieces kind of come up close to this, and I don't want to accidentally, you know, scuff it or damage it in any way. So we're going to go ahead and leave these, give them, you know, a few hours to at least cure up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my focus to the interior. I got to go ahead and redo like the, you know, cubby area over there, the glove box area, excuse me. And then I'm probably gonna go ahead and put the door cards on, and we'll go ahead and see if I can get the windows to work, because before I took this apart for paint, I couldn't get one of the windows up, and then I think one of the windows started only going down right before I went ahead and took it apart. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can clean some contacts, clean some stuff up. Maybe we can get these windows to roll up, we'll see. Because I probably will go ahead and tint the side windows in the exact same 20%, which is what this is. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and work on that. Hopefully here in a little bit we have the interior completely reassembled and together again, so that I can go ahead and just work on engine stuff for the rest of our time, you know, minus the bumper, which, you know, we'll figure out when we're gonna do that. So fingers crossed this goes well, guys. I will let you know what happens, and yeah, let's see how it goes. All right, guys, as you can see, the tinting went really, really well. I did the side windows, and it looks really, really good. The 20% is just enough to where it's nice and dark, but not, you know, too dark. I'll still be able to see plenty at night, because I think I have 5% on my Miata, and it is really, really dark at night. So this is looking really, really good. Through this whole process, I discovered that the passenger side door regulator is broken. It really just doesn't want to make the window go up and down. You can pull the window up and down as it goes, and that's fine, but it won't do it on its own. So that is unfortunate. We're gonna have to go ahead and probably replace that here in the future. I also noticed, if you guys can see right there, that gap through the T-top seal, it's pretty big, so we're gonna go ahead and have to work on that, because that's gonna be a lot of wind noise, a lot of water coming through there. So we'll have to go ahead and do something to go ahead and close this gap up a little bit. The other side, it's got a tiny gap, but it's not really that bad, so that's something to work on. In terms of the car, guys, this is looking really good. I got the interior together for, you know, 90% of it. So the only thing I don't have are these door sills. I'm trying to find some more of these clips here that go in the door, because I broke pretty much all of them when I took it out. But the rest of the interior is pretty much all together, minus the like dashboard kind of area, because that's where I have my digital dash. So a little bit going on there. But guys, this is looking really, really good. This full completed car is looking really nice. I'm super, super excited, especially with how these tint windows came out. The whole car with the white on black looks really, really good. See if I can get a picture of this side. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. Looks awesome. So I'm really excited. I think there's plenty of time in this video still. I haven't done too much. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep working on stuff. And I guess I'll let you guys know what I do, because I don't really kind of know what I'm gonna do yet. So I'm gonna figure it out, and then I'll take you guys with me. All right, guys, so I've gone ahead and turned my attention to AC. I want to go ahead and get it in the car. I don't know if I'll be able to get it done in time, but hopefully we will. So here's the AC compressor. This is a Z31 AC compressor. So this is the one that came on my car. And you can see it is a V-belt. And the reason that I have that one is because, and I don't know if you guys can see this, let me turn this light on. That middle pulley right there, that doesn't have a belt on it right now, that is a V pulley, and that is what we're gonna go ahead and use to run this. So I'm using a Ross Motorsports front harmonic balancer. So hopefully that will all line up properly. This is I think this is a Z31 tensioner bracket. I could be wrong. I don't think it's not a Z32. It's somewhere from the Z31, and I'm pretty sure it's a tensioner bracket, but I'd have to double check on that, what that exactly is used for. But we're going to put on here and use it as a tensioner bracket. That's why I'm saying this. And then here is the piece that makes this all work, because we need to mount this low on the car, because we have a turbo where the original one was. So this is a Z32 AC bracket, sorry. This bolts to the block, and typically off this front here, you can't really see because I cut it off right here. There would be a big, extension for this piece, and then there's actually a pulley that goes here. So the AC compressor is mounted hard, and then there's a pulley that then is used for tensioning. My methods for this, and I of course don't know if this is perfect because we're going to be putting stress on the actual compressor itself, is that we're going to go ahead and use the compressor as a tensioner. So it's going to go ahead and mount up here. This all fits, and then we're going to go ahead. I cut this piece off, as you can see, got rid of that because right here is where we're going to go ahead and put the tensioner to go ahead and actually pivot the the AC in order to get this to go ahead and tension properly. So we need to go ahead and remove this because it's kind of hard to see. There was a point on this that originally touched the front of the engine where we're going to go ahead and actually use our AC bracket tensioner. So I'll go ahead and get this on the car so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. These 3 bolts right here, there's a pattern on the side of the Z31 block, same thing as the Z32 block pretty much. And we can go ahead and thread into these. I've got a couple different bolts in here of different lengths, so hopefully I have enough combination of washers and bolts that we can go ahead and get this tensioned down. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on the car, and then we'll see kind of what it looks like. I also went ahead and just did a tiny bit of clearance right here. This is where the original oil feed for our turbo came from, but if you remember, we're coming out of the oil pressure sender now, so we don't need this spot. And there's a bolt right here, so that's why there's kind of like this relief. I clearanced this a little bit just because if there was any interference, this is where it would be. I don't think there was. I've tested fit this a couple times, didn't really see any issue, but I gave it a little bit of clearance just in case. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this back on the car, and we can go from there. All right, guys, here we are under the car, and you can see there's the bracket right there. There's the section that we cut out. This is the bolt hole on the block we're going to use to go ahead and tension the AC compressor, theoretically. We could have cut, the rest of this bottom part off, but it was a lot of cutting, and I was getting kind of tired, so I just did this little section here. That's all we need for now. And then the alternator is going to go ahead and mount up here. So 1 bolt in from the front and 1 bolt in from the back, I believe. So we'll go ahead and get the AC compressor in here now, mount this up, and then kind of see our clearances and go from there. All right, guys, as you can see, we have the AC compressor in here. Everything's looking pretty good. Behind that bolt right there, you can see that I had to cut more of that ear off. These 2 bolts right here, they were bottom mounts for the AC compressor, and so basically this bolted to the bracket, and it wouldn't allow it to swing with that ear on still, so I had to cut it off. So now you can see the AC compressor has plenty of room to move out to go ahead and tension, which is what we want. But I noticed in this whole process, because this is the first time I've actually had everything in here in the way that it's actually going to be run, when we kind of line this up, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera easily, but the front V of the harmonic balancer kind of lines up much better with this AC compressor. So that's not going to work for us because the belt can't, go this far back in this short of a distance. And this guy is the power steering, and we cannot get rid of power steering. I really, really want that. So we're going to have to go ahead and wait on the AC, unfortunately. So Branson Z-Fest, we're going to have no AC. So fingers crossed that's not the worst thing in the world, but we'll go ahead and push through it, bring plenty of, ice and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take this out of the car for now. We don't want to be running this here if there's no need for it, and it only takes a few minutes to get in and out. So I'm going to pull this down the road. There is a pretty easy way for me to go ahead and actually get this in here properly. I'll just make a new bracket for it. I don't have any, I don't see any issues with doing that. I think it's going to be fine. So we'll go ahead and work on that down the road, but for now, no AC. So I'm going to pull this out, guys, and we'll work on something else. All right, guys, I don't know if you can tell all that well, but we have the front bumper fully mounted now. It was just kind of partially attached before, so now we have all the hardware in it. It is looking really, really good. This front part here with the intercooler looks so, so cool. The black and the silver. I mean, if it was a black intercooler, I think that'd look great too, but this is looking really nice. We did get the turn signals in. Those are looking beautiful. Headlights are going to be up next here soon because I want to go ahead and get some headlights in here. I've got some beautiful LED projectors we're going to be retrofitting, so stay tuned for that. I will show you guys how I'm doing it, and if I can do something that, lets you retrofit these on your car, I will go ahead and make those as well, so keep an eye out for those. But bumper, we went ahead and put on some body filler. So we're gonna go ahead and smooth all of this out here in just a minute. You know, it's a lot of sanding. There's still a few more like little pinholes, but those are gonna be able to be filled with just the skim coat. There were, you know, some bigger holes in these areas here, so I went ahead and just put on a real layer of body filler. This whole bumper is going to need to be really clean because it's just really gross and dirty. You can see, well, maybe you can see, right next to the exhaust is really gross. You know, that little spot right there, I don't even know what that is. And there's just kind of like a lot of stuff all over this bumper. So cleaning this is going to be imperative for a good paint job. So hopefully we can go ahead and get that done here. This is kind of like my next and biggest, you know, project before the Z is fully done, because guys, look at this car. It is looking so good. It is looking so complete. Once the bumper is on there, there is going to be almost nothing left to do. There's a few small things. I need to get the exhaust fully integrated. You know, and I need to do a few tiny things. I want to go ahead and get the windshield resealed because I pulled out all the trim for painting. You can see up here, I bought my own window seal, but it just doesn't quite fit right because of all this old urethane. So I'm just gonna go ahead and have somebody pull the glass, clean all this up, and then reset the glass with a new seal. So that is gonna be the way that I do that. There was one more thing, what was it? Yes, not an alignment. We're gonna go ahead and need to get an alignment on this before we take it anywhere because I did have the entire front suspension kind of apart. I wanna go ahead and make sure everything is still dialed in. It does drive pretty straight. Obviously, I've driven it since we did all the rebuild, but I wanna go ahead and make sure it's all looking good. So I'm really excited, guys. This is looking so good. The wheels are, you know, might be painted, might not. There's a lot of crevices in there, and I'm kind of concerned that if I try to paint them, I'm not gonna be able to get full coverage everywhere, or I'm gonna get runs by trying to get in there. So we're gonna go ahead and see how, and you know, if I actually paint those wheels. So stay tuned for that as well. And this is, I'm really excited, guys. This car is looking so good. I cannot wait to get in this and drive it. So hopefully next week, there's either a video of us driving or finishing all this all together, because there is a meet that I can go to tomorrow, and I might, or 2 days from now, and I might take the Z to it. And if I do, I'll make a video on it. But if not, you know, it's just, you know, it's still in progress. I still have some stuff to do. I really want to put this bumper on before I take it anywhere, just because it looks kind of goofy without the rear bumper on. So keep that in mind. If you see that next week, you know that I got the bumper done in time. So guys, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to this. Just a quick note, if you guys have put in an order on my website recently, I've been told by multiple people that they have not been getting order confirmation emails or like shipment confirmation emails, and I do not know why that is. So I apologize if that was you and you haven't gotten anything from your order. Let me know, just like let me know if you need to reach out. You can email the zgarageco@gmail.com or go onto my website, fill out the contact form. Hey, did you get my order? And I'll be like, yes, I got your order. I'm working on it. But I've had multiple people tell me that they haven't gotten anything, and I'm like, that's really weird. I don't know what the issue is. So I'm working through that, but I did just update my site so that when you put in your phone number for the checkout information, it will send you a text if you want for like order and shipment confirmations. So if you guys do that, you can go ahead and get text confirmations now, which hopefully should, you know, work. I tested it on myself, and obviously it worked for me, but hopefully it works for you guys as well. So let me know if you guys have any questions about any of that. I'm working through orders, so thank you if you've been putting things through on my website. I have just gotten so many orders recently, and I appreciate that, but you know, I'm doing this at the same time, so it does take me like a week or so to get things out at this point, and I'm working on it. So I appreciate you guys and your patience, and hopefully this car is done really soon. I will be at Branson Z Fest, and I will be having this car here. Whether I trailer it or drive it, we'll go ahead and see, but I'm really looking forward to it, guys. So thank you very much. As always, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below, and I will see you guys next time.